Alright, welcome to the speedrun tutorial for Keepsake. Yes, we can speedrun this game. As unbelievable as it sounds, we can speedrun this game. I'll have to click outside the screen for 1 second. Hopefully that's not gonna break everything, because last time I tried that, it did break everything, every single thing in the game. And it looks like we're still good. Hopefully, we'll be fine. Anyway. Okay, we're back here. We're back at the title screen. So first of all, I will continue the game and delete this save file. Yes, it's broken. Delete it. Thank you. So I will just walk you through how you can speedrun this game for yourself. It takes a bit less than 2 hours if you want to do a full run of it. It might not be super optimized. There might be a way to make it a lot faster. To just, I don't know if I will want to put the effort into figuring out how. Anyway, we're gonna start a timer and I'm gonna talk through big intro cutscene, which we cannot skip, so we're gonna have to watch it. So the reason why we can speedrun this game is because this game has hidden debug functions. They are activated when you press certain keys on your keyboard. There's S to save the game, L to load, then there is, I think R resets the entire game. It's just insane. You can accidentally reset the game by pressing a button. There are others that, like the T, for example, shows you info about the area and coordinates of the mouse cursor and whatnot. There are all sorts of weird things you can do. B especially is weird because it switches your leader, so you can control Zack instead of Lydia. But then things go super weird when you start brewing potions, because then the potions are applied to Lydia. Lydia becomes a cat, a wolf, and whatnot. And from there on, she will never be back to human. Or you can have Lydia become Zack if you want in the end of the game. Whatever you want. And the thing is, best thing is, the game is not going to break if you do. Even if you do that, the game will just continue.
But how could I go on?
And there are other interesting things you can do by swapping leader. There are weird animations that can happen. Are you for real? I didn't click outside the screen this time. Please.
Without trying anything.
I swear.
If the answers
There you
I
go.
seek
Okay.
might
Just
hide
trying to move a
behind
bit of dust
these
from my
walls,
keyboard, and then the game is like, oh, you clicked outside.
or am I
Hopefully that's not gonna break
searching in the
everything.
wrong place?
This game is very easy to break if you either click outside of the screen or start pressing keys on your keyboard. Okay. But the best thing you can do in this game is warping. With the slash key, I think it's slash or, I don't, it's either slash or backslash. It's the one that you have, it's the symbol on the 7 key on your keyboard. Well, with that, you can warp to anywhere in the game you want. I'll have to click outside actually right now to just do one little thing. Hopefully that's not gonna break everything. Okay. Seems we're good. Now I have to click outside one more time. One more time. I don't care about you, Mustavio. Shut up. You and your Italian accent that sucks. We're not interested in any of BS. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You unfortunately have to sit through this cutscene. If you try to warp, you can actually warp to the warp room right now, but then things are gonna break. You need to wait to have movement. Watch your cursor here. Watch this. Watch this hourglass. As soon as it turns into this, hit slash, and there you go. You're gonna go to milk storeroom, or mill storeroom rather. This is where Zack is, and there you go. You're at Zack's hiding place, or really where you got trapped. You're gonna have to talk to him once. Just choose the top option, and then you can open the door. Because if you don't do that, they'll be like, I can't open the door before figuring out what's inside of it. So just talk to him once, exhaust this dialogue, and free him. Just close this, free Zack, and you're in the run, basically. So yeah, most of the run will be just either us skipping text and or warping to other rooms and maybe solving puzzles every now and then. Yes, we will solve some puzzles. We'll have the game solve some other puzzles for us, because sometimes Even if you know the solutions, it is much faster to have the game solve the puzzles for you. Now here you're gonna have to warp. You will warp to Caretaker. You're going to need your stick. Without that, you're not going anywhere.
As if.
So just walk to the stick as soon as you can.
Hello?
Here you go, grab your stick.
Huh? Could it be?
Alright, so you're gonna warp to the Guardian Hall. This will put you in front of the Guardians. And you're just gonna skip through all this text. Now the reason why we're doing this, we should explain why we're doing this and why aren't we just warping to the end of the game? Well, I tried that, and if you warp to the end of the game, nothing happens. Unfortunately, the final cutscene only triggers when you enter the final room through the portal. So if you warp there, you can't do anything. You're stuck in a little. You're stuck in that room. You can't do anything. You can even loading zones won't work at that point. So the only way for us to actually trigger that is to unlock the portal. But unlocking the portal requires us to find the 4 items that are hidden in the upper section of the academy, and to turn Zack back into a human form. Now, in order to do that, we can't just warp to the top, any room to the top, and just do the things, because the game still thinks we're on the bottom. So the first reason why we're doing this... Well, hang on. First of all, we have to warp out of here. Well, we could just walk outside and do something else, because there are more cutscenes here while I explain why we're doing all of this. So we need to use a teleporter that the Guardians are protecting, so that the game recognizes that we are in the second half of the game. That will also do another thing. It will give us a bunch of items. And the one that we really need are the figurines for the Minotaur minigame. We need to do that minigame to grab one of the ingredients for the potions, because otherwise when we'll start making potions, we won't be able to, because we won't have the ingredients in our inventory. So that pretty much accomplishes 2 things. So we're going to examine this door. We need to examine one of the doors so that we can ask the Guardians how to open it. We're going to do that in a second. You're going to warp to trial room. Do not warp to this. This crashes the game. This is useless. Warp to trial room. And here you are in front of the first trial. Like that. Didn't need to open the door. Didn't need to do anything. You're at the first trial. You're gonna have to go through the first 3. No, the first 3. You have to go through the trials. That is imperative. Unfortunately, there's no way around that. Just skip text boxes, and eventually you'll be able to answer the questions. Here we go. So we're gonna talk to the goat. Here you're gonna answer wisdom, power, and balance. For the lion, you're gonna answer time. And for the snake, you're gonna answer number 4. You learned the absolute power. And there you go. That solves trial 1. Easy peasy. Now get ready to warp as soon as you have movement. It doesn't take too long. Should be any second now.
Soon.
And you're gonna go to trial room middle. This is very convenient because it puts you right in front of trial 2.
Don't.
They're going to talk a bit and then we'll be allowed to do the puzzle. Except that we won't really do it. We're going to ask the almighty powerful int system to give us the solution, because this takes a fair amount of time to do. You might as well ask the game to solve it. Because I think it takes a lot less for the game to just give the solution to you. Because otherwise you need to press. You see all the levers animation, you need to watch the thing move. Yes, I need a solution for this puzzle. Are you sure? Yes, I am sure. I want the solution. And there you go. Trial 2 is done. Like that. Now, unfortunately, you cannot warp to trial 3. You have to open the door normally. So that's okay. As soon as you get movement, you're gonna warp again to a garden hole. Do not go to Whispering Stairway, it will trigger a vision and you don't want that. Talk to the guardians, you need to know to open doors now. So, there will be a bunch of options that you just have to skip through. The bottom one is always the one you want to choose. As for pretty much the entirety of the game when there's something like this, always choose bottom. Always choose the bottom option, and you'll be fine. It will just give you the formula on the second choice, and you'll be good to go. You just walk through the door, open it, and you do trial 3. This is why you need the spear. Even if it doesn't show on the character model, you'll have it. And if you don't have the wooden spear, they won't give you the formula. Close this box and move out. You don't need to talk to them anymore. So walk out of here, you saw the cutscene, so you don't need to do anything. Move down. Oops. Shoot. You'll eventually arrive at the door. Enter the door, and you're done. Okay, do as the guardian told you. Lydia will do the animation even if she doesn't have the stick.
Turn your key 3 times.
One thing when you see cutscenes like these, keep your mouse moving. Because if you happen to go into a screensaver if you have one, bad things can happen, okay? You can just disable screensaver before doing the run, but it's up to you, really. Most of the cutscenes are really short. The final one is where you really need to remember to just keep moving. Keep moving your cursor. Keep moving your mouse, your trackpad, whatever you're using.
Whoa.
Okay, done that. Enter the room. Keep skipping text boxes. This is just tedious. This trial here is very easy. You don't really need to do anything. It's just a bunch of text that you have to skip through. You're going to start from the girl on top, and then you're gonna alternate between checking the girl and the door. And then eventually you'll get it.
There is no.
That's just how it is. Nothing else.
I'll die.
Okay. Keep going. I wish you could play this part, but you don't. I mean, you wish you could go into the house and do stuff, but you can't do that. I think that's it. Oh, check again. Okay.
Nathan,
Now it doesn't come, blah blah blah. Okay.
what should I do?
Go, save yourself.
Nathan, where?
Okay, that's it. When she says that's it, that's your last text box, then she will scream and move and run toward the house. There we go. Congratulations.
Lydia!
What?
I did.
So, with that, we completed the third trial. We're now free to move to the upper section.
Why did you tell?
Though we're not done with the lower section yet, but we need to go to the upper section first. We still don't have the Minotaur figurines, but just going through the portal that brings us to the top
But I could.
part of the academy will give those in our inventory, so we don't have to go through Mustavia to get them. Okay, you passed the trial. Good for you. Now, can I move? You're going to warp to Guardian Room. Or Guardian Hold, rather. It's much faster than just walk all the way up the stairs. And there you go. Congratulations, you passed all the trials, so now you're able to go up. You're going to split also little Zach here. For some reason, then you will spawn like over here, then you... There he is, then you will teleport to Lydia. There.
Thank you, Guardian.
You're going to split, or rather, I'm going to split when the screen fades to white.
Tell
Eh, blah 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 with the step on the thing. Just move on. Is this a PB?
Zach,
It looks like it could be a PB
can I try?
by like a minute
I'm.
or something.
Come on.
Come on, Lydia, let's see what Nathaniel's up to. And here we go. Yeah, a minute. Alright, so now you're gonna warp to Garden Watch. We're gonna gather some items from the bottom part of the academy.
Ah, finally some fresh air.
Just move, don't even cancel out of that text box. Just go over here. Check this. And this is the Minotaur maze. Can you only have the figurine if you've done all the trials and warped to the upper part of the academy normally. Otherwise, you don't have them. And going from Mustavio takes forever, so... Just do it like this. Alright.
Since.
Okay, so here's how you solve this. You go 2 times up. Then you gotta go 3 times down. 1, 2, and 3. Now you're gonna go 5 times to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you're gonna go 3 times up. 1, 2, 3. You're gonna go 1 left. Then you're gonna go 2 times up. Then 2 times to the right. Then you're gonna go 1 time up. And then you're free to go because the Minotaur is trapped. All the way to the left. And that's it. I think this is much faster than have the game solve it for you. Because even if you ask the game to solve it for you, you still have to see all the movements. So you might as well do it yourself. Either way, it doesn't take too much.
What?
That gives you the Nightglass seed, which you need to grow that tree. You need the fruit, otherwise you will not be able to brew potions later.
What?
Now we're gonna have a little speech about growing fruit through magic, or rather growing trees through magic. You're just gonna walk out Do not warp to the garden warp, because if you do that, you'll trigger a vision and you don't want that. Just walk down the stairs here, hopefully. Then you can use E to hide your graphical user interface if you need to. Click on the bottom left of the screen. And just go over there. As you can see, the water is here, the rune is here. Don't need to do any puzzles to bring the water or to create the rune. Just plant the seed and you're done.
Huh?
All right. Okay. That. It's. Calm down, Zach. But look.
Alright, so now be ready to warp out. You're gonna warp to Dragon Bay hallway balcony. From here, just walk down. You'll be right there where the tree is. There you go. Run over there, examine the tree, and you're done.
See? Zach.
There's one more thing to do in this segment, and it's to get the Yulok leaves. Thankfully, there is a warp right near the Yulok leaves. Be ready to warp anytime. Make sure the text boxes are over before warping. Close this. Teleport. You're gonna go down here to Crescent Coast Waterway. Then you're just gonna move up. And over here you have the Yulok leaves. Just pick any color, it doesn't matter which one you pick. They all do the same thing.
I'm not.
Just gonna pick these ones. And we're done. Now we are going to warp to main building. That just puts us up here. And this part here, oh Jesus, this part is annoying because it's just a bunch of cutscenes, unfortunately. All we gotta do is go over here. We're gonna have to trigger a cutscene in this specific corridor.
What?
And then, well, we're just gonna skip through this very little cutscene. Then we're gonna warp to Celeste room and move down here. You'll trigger this cutscene, and here we're gonna have the only vision that we're gonna have through the entire speedrun. So we're gonna have to just sit through this and wait until it's over, unfortunately. So this is the scene where Lydia be like, "Wait, you knew Celeste? Why didn't you tell me before? I'm just gonna leave you in this room, lock you in here, and go away because you are a liar." And she's just going to run away in a second. And there you go. Alright, so we're gonna have the only vision that we're ever going to get. And as a reminder, keep your mouse cursor moving. Otherwise, you may go to a screensaver if you have one set on your PC.
I'm so glad that you finally found time for me, Father. This view is breathtaking, isn't it?
It certainly is, my daughter. I didn't take time to enjoy your presence recently, my dear.
I have something to confess, Father. But please don't be mad at me.
Usually when you ask me that, Celeste, it's because you know I will get mad. So, no, I won't promise anything.
All right, Father. I just wanted to tell you that I found the portrait of Mother in the basement.
How could you? I had strictly forbidden you to touch your mother's belongings.
I know, but I miss her so much. Elvandar thinks we look so alike we could have been mistaken for sisters. Is it true?
Your mother is at peace where she is. Do not disturb her anymore. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have work to do.
No! Don't leave yet, Father. Stay with me. What have I done to make him act like that?
I have waited long enough. Give it to me now, Zach.
Zach?
Yes, Master Nathaniel. But why did you not take it yourself?
Give it to me now. Finally, no one's mind will be able to hide anything from me.
What are you doing, Master Nathaniel?
Just like me, you never really knew my daughter. You are of no use to me anymore. Now, forget everything that happened, young Nightingale.
Zach Nightingale? Zach?
Alright, so we're back in control. We'll have to skip a few more text boxes.
Oh yeah.
Then we have to warp not to Celeste room. You're warping to main building. And then you're gonna walk to Celeste room manually. Because if you warp to Celeste room, you're not gonna trigger the cutscene that is required to progress. So just keep going. All the way to Celeste room. There's gonna be a weird cutscene here. But you're going to need this to progress. So Lydia will talk with Zach, even though Zach is not here. For some reason, we'll be able to talk to him. Now at this point, it might be a wolf, it might be a cat. I had runs where he stayed a wolf, other runs he stayed a cat. I don't know what triggers the transformation, but sometimes just for some reason it will be a cat here, but it doesn't matter where he is. It really does not matter. You're gonna warp to the lab when this is over. Over here, laboratory, you're back to where you were. And you're gonna walk all around this area to the bridge here. You're gonna see a little cutscene. You'll need to see this owl for later. And with this owl is gone, you'll just proceed to the lab. And Zack is here. So sometimes you'll find Zack has a cat here, but it doesn't really matter what he is.
I can't.
So here you're gonna have to talk with Zack a bit, and as we did before, choose the bottom option every time. Like the bottom, the bottom, and if there's only two, you're gonna choose the second one. If there's only one, you're obviously gonna choose the first. Do this for every single time you get to choose. Just go for the bottom option.
What?
Because
And you're never going to be wrong. So eventually, Zack, we'll have an option in this dialogue with Zack that says we better keep going.
so
That's gonna be on the bottom. You're just gonna choose that, and you don't have to sit for all of the dialogue.
but
I think we have either one or two that we have to sit through still. Probably this one will be the last. We'll see.
Didn't
no.
All right, we better keep going. Here you go. Get ready to warp. You're about to warp as soon as this lets you out. Okay, so you're warping to principal office. And here,
There's no.
what you want to do is to grab the notes over here on the desk and then leave.
Can you show them? Ah,
I
Just keep skipping task boxes. Eventually, you'll be free. You're just going to leave this place normally, just walk out.
visions.
Should be free in a second. There you go. We are free to move out of this place.
Look.
You're gonna have to watch this owl one more time. This is needed. It is mandatory. Now you're gonna warp as soon as you get control again. You'll be warping to Watchtower. And then you're gonna move down. You can check the thing at the center. You can do it now if you want. You'll have to do it later eventually. So up to you if you want to do it now or later.
Follow that.
Just keep skipping. You'll end up at center exterior. Now here you're gonna have to manually walk to the portal in a second. So be ready for that. And at this point there's a bunch of other cutscenes. This is what spawns the ghost, and you need the ghost in order to trigger the next portion of the game where we are going to have to find ingredients for the potion and then the 4 magical items that we need to put up here in order to unlock the way forward to Nathaniel.
Why don't
Are you done playing with the infinite staircase of Bowser? Good. Okay. When they're done with that, you're gonna have to talk with the ghost. And again, same rule applies. Choose the bottom option every time. And this goes on for quite a bit, unfortunately, because there's a lot of stuff that he has to say. Eventually, he'll tell you about the Dragonus Enferinis spell, which you'll need for... to unlock the puzzles.
How do you? You. Oh. Do you have any? How? How do you? Do you? Protect.
I will put it. You.
Okay, we are almost out. As soon as the ghost disappears, I will split. Okay. Do not warp yet, Just wait to gain movement.
Come on.
Okay, so now you got movement, you're gonna warp to Oracle. Then this segment will retrieve ingredients that we need for the shape-shifting spell. One is the Oracle ingredient. However, warping to Oracle, other than triggering this cutscene, does another thing. For some reason, it breaks some of the loading zones. So you're gonna have to restore them. Once this dialogue is over, you will warp back to Sanctuary Exterior and exit the portal the normal way, then you're gonna warp back here. Because otherwise the loading zones won't work.
Someone.
Okay, so you're gonna warp to Sanctuary Exterior, use the portal, and you're gonna warp back to Oracle. That restores loading zones. It also restores your ability to check this, because otherwise you're not able even to check this thing. Oh crap! Okay, I have to actually use Dragonus Enferinis here. Okay, so now you're gonna ask the end system. If you know this puzzle works, you know that you have to walk manually through a bunch of islands. That takes way too much time. Instead, we're just going to skip it. Because then the game will just warp us straight to the final island. Which you can access through the normal warping room. Okay, I'd like the solution for this puzzle. Yes, I'm sure I'd like the solution. Click once, do not spam click. Wait until this loads. Trust me, wait until this loads. And skip the dialogue. Do not click the Oracle yet. Wait for the text box to stop. Because if you click the Oracle too early, you end up activating his dialogue twice, and you don't want that.
Why don't...
See? It's already doing the Oracle dialogue. I don't need to check the thing.
Maybe... Lydia?
Now, as soon as this dialogue is over, we will warp again to lounge. So, get ready to warp. As soon as you gain movement. Close this text box, and you're gonna warp to lounge, which is over here. And here's a part where if you want to go and take something to drink, you can do, because you're gonna have the game solve this. And you're gonna have to sit through the entire animation. Unfortunately, there's nothing you can do about it.
This one is called the...
This is a mandatory part. There's no skipping this. It will give you one of the ingredients for this potion. So, yeah. You might try to do this yourself, but you're gonna have to remember like 60 moves or something. So, even if I write all of them down, it will take me forever. So, I think it's much better to just have the game solve it. Remember to activate it first. Game doesn't seem to be working. We have to activate through this spell.
Dragonus?
Okay, go back once. And you're gonna ask the powerful int system to show you the way. Fortunately, again, nothing you can do about this. These are like 3 minutes of watching the game solve itself. It's how it is, unfortunately. Keep clicking, just keep skipping. Hint number 2. Need a second hint. I need a third hint. And I'd like the solution if you don't mind. Are you sure? Yes, I want to see the solution. Okay, and here you can just leave for like... You have like 3 minutes or something. So yeah, get something to drink. Eat a sandwich, I don't know. Do whatever you want. You'll have to sit through the animation of the game just resetting itself and then playing itself. It's a bit of a bother, but that's how it is, unfortunately. I will now mute my microphone and I will see you on the other side. Oh yeah, and keep it moving. Keep the cursor moving and screensaver problems. If you have them enabled, of course. Alright, we are almost done. One last move remaining. And the game's solved it. That is by far the longest pause you'll ever have from gameplay if you need it. I will give you the along the route.
These
Get ready to warp as soon as you get control. Okay, so you're warping to the lab. Because now you have all the ingredients. You can turn Zack into a dragon finally. Straight from wolf to dragon, not even passing through cat. He will have to become a cat later, but just for a split second so we can get some air. Oh, before you do that, I forgot, you can't do the potion just yet. You'll have to check this first. Check the plate. Inspect, and just keep skipping. As otherwise, Lydia will be like, I can't make potions before knowing what was wrong with the previous one. Because if you know the plot, Zack already tried to make a dragon shape-shifting potion but failed. So if you read that, you will know why he has failed, because he tried to substitute an ingredient with another, but you can do that in shape-shifting potions, so you'll have to learn that first. And once you're done, hopefully, and we'll be done soon enough. Okay, darn, blah blah blah. I think we'll be able to check this now. Okay. Just walk through there. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just walk through. Just walk through the table. It's fine. It's fine. Everything is fine.
All right.
So you're gonna choose the second option, and we're gonna split.
Zach, you're a dragon.
Hopefully.
We did it.
Becca split. Thank you.
Is
Okay.
everything all right?
I did split. I didn't even
Yes.
see that. Okay.
It's the
Okay. So now you're going to warp to the forge. Because I hit the control key, which is what I used to split, but it didn't move. So I was like, wait, what happened? I pressed again. Of course, it moved. It moved down twice.
here we learn.
So now we're gonna get the eternal flame. Hopefully. Okay. You're gonna move over here. Check this up top. Do not check the bottom. You don't need to activate the runes no matter what the guides will tell you. It is 100% optional to activate the runes. Now here's where the fun part of the game starts, because you're gonna have to solve all the 4 big puzzles. Alright, and this is the first one that I'm going to solve. You can do them in any order, but I just like doing this first. Then do the observatory, then the flowers, and then the painting. So here, you're gonna choose this one, then number 2, then number 1, and then number 4. And that's it. Much faster than have the game solve it for you.
I wonder.
Now you're gonna leave. You're gonna go over here if possible. Alright, we're gonna have to wait for this dialogue, but that's okay.
But what?
I was gonna have a bit of dialogue here about not wanting to be a person, stuff like that. Skip through it.
And what?
Okay, we can now check this. And we're gonna try to use this. We're gonna have to sit through this dialogue, of course. Now, you may be thinking, can I just have the game solve this for me? No, you cannot. And the reason why you cannot
That?
is that the game thinks that you're not ready to do this puzzle yet. Because you don't have the information that you would normally gather from the hidden library.
If I
So you won't even be able to access the hint system for this puzzle, because if you try to, it will say, oh, you don't have the requirements to do this yet, so I'm not going to give you any hints. But actually, if you know what to do, you can still do it. So you're going to do this 3 times. This is super easy. 1 more time. And 3. Okay. Then we're going to go to this one. So upper right pillar, use it 3 times. Upper left pillar, 1. Two. And 3. Then you're gonna go to this one, use it 3 times, and you're done. You don't even touch the other one. It says it's this easy, okay? 1. 2. And 3. That sets that.
This
It doesn't seem to do anything, but that's fine because we're gonna activate the thing in the center. You can do the center thing first and the pillar second, it doesn't matter. So here you're gonna do 5. No, wait, sorry. You're gonna do number 8, 5, 6, 7, 8. There you go. Little mistake, but that's fine. We're about to get the Eternal Flame.
whoa.
Damn!
Wait.
What?
And we're gonna split as soon as we can close the text box.
Lydia,
Hopefully we'll be able to do that.
He was always. I don't understand.
Come on. Okay, so you're gonna warp through the watchtower. And check this thing in the middle if you haven't already. Remember, you can do this anytime. Even you can do this previously when you come here to trigger the owl. It doesn't matter. You're gonna have to do it anyway. Okay. You're gonna have to use your spell to activate the thing. Leave. Now this is a very easy puzzle. I'll tell you, you can easily solve it without even needing to have a picture out or something. So you're gonna fill the first row like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you go below the sun and you start the sequence back from planet, star, like this. You wrap up over here to sun and moon. Then you're gonna start from this tile. You're gonna go back this time. So you're gonna do star, sun, moon. Below the sun, you're gonna do planet, star, sun, and finally moon. Easy as that. And thank God those numbers are not random, but they're always the same every playthrough. Here's the fun part. You're gonna have to solve the puzzle of the observatory, which is one of the most obnoxious puzzles in the entire game. Second only to the dragon one. Without hints. You can't have the game solve it for you. You're gonna have to solve it without the hint system.
what?
Because remember, the game wants us to go to the hidden library, but we don't have time for that.
It's all.
So when you gain movement, you're gonna go to observatory. Here. Walk up. You cannot go directly up there. You're just gonna have to walk up normally. There's gonna be a cutscene here about shooting stars and whatnot. This is mandatory. You cannot avoid this in any way, as far as I know. And there's no way to just warp straight to the top. The game really wants you to see this because it's important for the ending. The game really wants you to know about this.
When this.
That's okay. Doesn't take too much time.
There.
Now, what you're gonna see up top is a solution I came up with. I don't know if there is a faster solution. I just came up with a sequence of movements, and I called it a day. I was like, okay, that's it. We're just going to do that, and we'll call it a day. I'm just gonna hide this because I need to click right here. The UI is in the way. Use I to hide the UI, by the way. The I key does exactly that. Can put it back now, it's fine.
Oh my god.
Now here, After this text box, you want to go directly. You don't want to go directly. Sorry, you do not want to directly check the telescope, because otherwise Zach is gonna do another bunch of say another bunch of things. You want to step yourself onto the moon and then check the telescope. That way Zach won't have to do it. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do my solution. Okay. So I do this 3, 4. I numbered these from 1 to 4, from outer to inner. So now 3 times 3, so 1, 2, and 3. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're gonna do 4 7 times. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now we're gonna do number 1 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. And we're gonna do number 2. Now we're gonna do this one 3 times again. 2 and 3. Then we'll move the ball 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And we're gonna look for the telescope. 87. We leave. Now we're gonna move number 1. Now number 3 2 times. So 1 and 2. Then we're gonna move number 2 once. Then number 1 3 times. So that's 1. That's 2. That's 3. Now number 4 1 time. And number 3 3 times. So that's 1. That's 2. That's 3. And now the ball 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. We're gonna look through here, select this dot, 73, confirm it 73, get out. Now we're gonna do number 1 2 times. So 1 and 2. Now we're gonna do number 4 twice. So 1 and 2. Now we're gonna do number 1. And we're gonna do number 4 2 times. 1 and 2. Now we're gonna do number 1 3 times. So 1, 2, and 3. Now we're gonna do the ball 3 times. 1, 2, 3. You're gonna look through this dot, confirm is 47, leave. Now we're gonna do the 3 2 times. So this third ring 2 times. 1 and 2. Now we're gonna do the 4. This one's super easy. Very fast. Number 1. Now this ring 2 times. So that's 1. That's 2. And now number 3, and that's it. You don't even have to move the ball here. Look through here, select this, confirm is 33, and that should solve the puzzle for you. There you go. There might be a faster solution. I just found this, and I called it a day.
Good. Look.
This is a meteor.
What's a?
It's so.
And we're going to split this soon as we get our text box, and we can close it. Alright, so we are warping to Atrium Main. You cannot warp to the Solarium directly. So you're gonna have to warp to Atrium Main and walk in there. And some more text. Now, this is the idea. This puzzle is super easy if you know what to do. Takes no time. You waste more time skipping dialogue here.
What?
So here you're gonna click to the left one. You want purple flowers on the left. That's all you want. So they're a different color. Click away. Takes I think 2 clicks in order to get them every time. So it's not randomized. Just remember, you want purple. There you go. You have purple. Now you're going out. You're going to warp. You're going to go to hallway. That puts you right here. You want to enable this. Otherwise you're not going anywhere. Okay, you can get out now. Walk over here. You're gonna go to the crystal ball to set the seasons.
I what?
Now you're in summer right now, so you're going to change over to fall or autumn as you prefer, and you're going to change this again to winter. That's all you have to do here. You don't ever touch this anymore. You just leave. Just leave. You're warping back to Atrium Main, if I can find it. And suddenly it's snowy. That's what you want. Again, don't need to activate the rune over here. Completely optional. Don't have to do it at all. You just walk in here and do what you need to do.
Where's that?
Right? Just walking downstairs. There might be an optional dialogue here. If that's... yeah, there it is. Okay. Happens every time. So it's probably not optional.
What is?
Doesn't take too much time anyway.
She seemed.
It does. She was.
As soon as this is over, you want to go to where the flowers are.
Gosh.
So now you want to set white flowers to the top and blue to the right. And that's all you have to do. The puzzle is over. That's really it. Easy as that. Again, you would need the tapestries from the secret libraries to know what to do, but if you know what to do, you can just go ahead and do it. The secret library is entirely optional. You just won't get the hints. But that should be blue now. Let's see. It is blue. So that's it. We're gonna get the huge pearl. Alright, we're warping to the principal office. This one requires a bunch of steps. The soul dust requires for us to first grab Celeste painting, which is in here, but we need to go through the bottle first. So we enable this, we check the bottle. You can't warp directly to the bottle, but it seems like if you do that, things break eventually. Well, they don't really break, but you just are not able to access what you need to access.
Does the
Basically, what happens is that at the end of the maze here, instead of ending up on the copy of the office, you end up on the real office. So you, for some reason, you warp back to the real one. So yeah, do not warp directly to the bottle. Just go through here. And now we'll just do the puzzle.
is it me?
Right, so you just need to remember this one.
Uh,
Or you can have notes. But it's not that hard to remember. So you're gonna go up left, up right, down right. Well, there's only one option here. Up right. Here's where you have to be careful. You have to do up left 2 times. So 1 and 2. And then you're gonna go up right. They all look the same, so it's easy to mess up. But there you go.
Lydia! When we...
You walk in, and you're going to open the drawer. Turn the handle first. And then you have to pull the drawer out. That's all you do. You leave. And then you operate the bottle. Okay, so you're back out.
What?
You can now inspect the drawer and get Celeste's painting. Just take the painting, don't need to press the button.
a port?
Take the painting and leave. Get ready to warp. You'll be warping to art room. There's gonna be some text. The painting will go up
Huh?
on the wall in front of us, and then we'll be able to do the puzzle, which is very short.
Oh,
This might be the only one that you don't need the tapestries for. You can kind of try to figure out. I don't know. Not really sure about that. Okay, painting goes to the wall. We're gonna expect this.
hey, look. I'm...
So you're gonna do red, yellow, blue, green. That gives you the landscape. Take the landscape. It goes there on the wall. You can now try to solve this. So here,
One of these.
this is how you do it. Take the fire rune. You go back. Place it on the frame. You go over here. Take the dragon. You go back. And place it on the other frame. Now you go back here. You take the landscape. You go back. You place it where the Dria rune is. You take Nathaniel. I think it's either Nathaniel. I don't know if it's supposed to be Nathaniel or it's just a mage. You place it over here. Then you go back here. You take Elan. You go back. You place it over here. And you get a shooting star. That's all you have to do. And that will give you the soul dust.
Good. There's a strange. Hey.
Oh, by the way, you can do this arrow by clicking with the right mouse button. I don't know why that exists, but it's there. Okay. So you're gonna warp to main building now. You have all four magical items, so you can report to the ghost.
Yes.
Okay, have you found a way to select this? You need to ask him for a way to change that back. Be careful here. This time you're gonna have to be careful what you choose. Keep talking to him.
Can't.
This guy is just bottom. I think this is not optional. Okay, you can leave now. Okay. You're going to warp to secret library. And you're going to check the library. Okay, so now we're gonna report this to the ghost. Again, main building. Report to the ghost. Found the strange library. So okay, the second text box that I did before is not needed. The second option there. Completely optional. Just ask him how to change Zack back into a human. Then leave and go check the library. Here, I think you're gonna have to choose. Come on, you have to remember the password. He will give you the password, and then you will be free to do, or rather not do, the puzzle of the library. Because you're not gonna do it. You're going to have the game do it. Because it's way too long to do it yourself. The animations take forever. If you have the game do it, you don't even have to sit through the animation. Just leave. Warp. Secret library. Activate the puzzle first. Remember to do that. Don't just walk up to the library.
Let's see.
Here's the new formula. It worked, okay. Leave. Check the library. Ask for help. Need a second hint. I need the last hint. I'd like the solution if you don't mind. Yes. As you can see, it's already solved. You don't have to look at the book going up and down. Just take the book and go away.
The grand.
Okay, you're about to warp back to the main building.
Let's.
And main building. Again, you're gonna report to the ghost. And this will be the last time you'll hear him. Because he'll be gone after this. And I have your spellbook. You have to choose that one. They'll talk for a bit. Then you'll be able to turn Zack back into a human.
Oh.
And then we'll head for our final segment.
Thank you.
And he's gone as soon as you get movement. Warp to the lab. Here there's a little problem that you're gonna have to skip through a bunch of textbooks from an owl. Because guess what? The owl will be back. As soon as you try to check this,
Zack.
this is one that unfortunately you can't do anything about. No matter what options you choose, you're always gonna have to sit through all of them. Oh well. Start with the first one.
Where? Are you? Why? Why?
No.
Well. How could... Yes.
Don't.
Is... Tell us. And... Hmm. It...
Right, we should be almost done with this guy. Yes, okay, this is the last one. Come back to your master. He's gonna fly away. We can do the potions. Fly away. Fly away, little fella. Okay, nice. Right, do some potion making. Alright, making potions. All you gotta do here is be careful, do not turn Zack into something he was already in. You get a dragon claw. Let's brew another potion.
All right.
So you can choose either one, but be careful not to choose the dragon one again. Close that. Let's brew another potion. Just don't choose the one that says Oracle Moss, and you'll be fine. Cat Zack, and after this, he'll be back into a human.
We don't.
I know.
Cat hair, examine. Should be the top option. Yes, top option. And he is now a human.
I swear.
Yes.
Alright, so you're gonna move to Sanctuary Exterior. You only have the 2 final puzzles to do. So you're gonna go up, but you will be stopped. You'll get control of Zack.
Wait.
Go up from the left, because you're closer to the puzzle. Here are your alcoves, just check them. You're gonna do 1, 2, 4, and 3. Even though some guys say otherwise, no, that's the right combination. That pops that up. Now this one I kind of do it myself. It's not terribly hard to do. Exhaust all the dialogue before messing around with these.
It seems some more security measures were added since my ancestor built it.
Okay, that was actually on the right position already, so let me turn it back. Oh god, it's messed up. Light points down. Okay, there we go. So this means that this one has to point this way, and this means that this has to point. The light has to point down. So then we can try to figure it out from here. It's not too hard once you know all that. So that should be light. That is light. If this is dark, this should be light. So this is light. So this gotta be darkness. So this is right like this. This could be okay. This gotta be light. And because this is darkness, then this is correct. This has to be like this. This has to be dark down there, so we're gonna do it like so. And that should be it, right? Yeah, see? Not that hard to figure it out without knowing what the combination is.
I'm.
If you just start, all you gotta do is remember that the very
No way.
bottom dial is correct.
Everyone.
This.
Here we have the final thing, but it's super easy as long as you know the sequence. And you can show them, you can show Nathaniel the visions, even though you pretty much have had only one. Game doesn't really care.
What?
Please. It's not.
Lydia. Here.
The hard part of the run is over. It's just the text box at this point. Text boxes and bunch of cutscenes.
The-
Lot.
So you choose this one. If you number the orbs from 1 to 6, from left to right, the order is 3, 6, 2, 1, 4, 5. And keep your cursor moving.
Come sit by my side and tell me stories. You know, like when I was young and Mother and I would sit by the fireplace and listen to you for hours. Father? Father! I could.
How? Oh.
Give it to me now. Finally, no one's mind will be able to hide anything from me.
What are you doing, Master Nathaniel?
Just like me, you never really knew my daughter. You are of no use to me anymore. Now, forget everything that happened, young Nightingale.
You.
Nonsense!
Celeste.
Shut up!
What?
Don't you understand that I need you, Father? I love you. Don't you love me?
If you need something really important, I will be in my office. And one last thing, Celeste. Grow up already. This kind of crybaby conversation doesn't suit a girl your age. Lie! So...
Before Mother died, you were always there for anyone in need of help, Father.
Celeste. I'm here. Answer me.
But since she's gone, it seems your happiness left with her. Since that day, you never look at me the same, Father. Why?
Lie. She... After...
Celeste, what a wonderful surprise.
I'm sorry to wake you up, but I'm so excited I couldn't wait to tell you what I found. Look.
That's a pretty painting of you, Celeste. It looks so realistic.
No, you don't understand. It's not me. It's a portrait of my mother.
Oh, well, if she were here, I'm sure you two would be mistaken for sisters.
Celeste.
With this gift, from my heart to yours, I show my everlasting friendship to you. May it help you to never forget me.
What are you doing? I can't accept that. Your mom gave it to you.
Yes, you can. This is my gift to you.
Oh, I know what I will give you. You have... The first...
Yes. Celeste? How is this possible?
It seems Lydia won't get to the academy quickly enough to see me one last time. And I doubt I'll see my father either. I always thought that at least one of them would be by my side in the end.
We are here, Celeste.
What saddens me the most is that I can't tell my father that I finally understand him.
What?
I know how he tried to keep away everything that would remind him of Mother, even me. It was the only way he could handle his grief. But you know what? I can't be mad at him, since I did the same thing. I tried to block all the memories I had of her, hoping it would stop the pain I felt. But it's impossible. All the time I focused on forgetting her only made it worse. So I decided to try the opposite and cherish every single moment we shared. This way of dealing with the pain transformed my tears into smiles. And even though I would never hear my mother's voice again, I was finally at peace with her departure. You know, my little friend, even if my father wasn't there these last years, I never stopped loving him.
I never stopped loving you either, my dear. Although it's a bit late to realize it.
Today, I think of my father the same way as I do when I think of my mother. I only remember the good times we shared. These memories will always transcend any angry feelings I had towards him. If only I had one last wish, it would be that my relatives remember me just as I remember my mother and cherish the good times we had together. Because as long as we remember someone, they live through us forever.
Your wish has been granted, my daughter.
Your wish has been granted, Celeste. Oh, Zach, I'm really sorry, but we have to walk on this footbridge too.
It's okay, Lydia.
Don't worry. Ever since I had to cross that small ledge on the roof
Right,
of the
so
academy,
what is
I have
happening
learned
right
to
here
control myself.
is completely
I'm
normal.
still scared, but I'm going to be all right.
Are you sure?
Wait it out.
Definitely. Anyway, this isn't the first time I've come this way.
You cannot skip this. There you go. Now you can skip the
Lydia!
dialogue.
Yeah.
What happened there is that there usually is a dialogue here when you walk through this place without the owl chasing you, or well, actually you chasing the owl, where Zach is like, oh well, Lydia's like, oh sorry Zach if I'm like having you walk up so high up. But since we never had that dialogue happen from the first place, we're gonna have it happen now. So you can't do anything about that. You just have to wait. Don't do anything.
What?
Also,
Look at the sky!
for some reason,
It's
we
a
are there.
shooting star, just like the ones in the...
Could it...
During this one cutscene, we are in the sky. So yeah. For some reason, we are right there. And that's it. 141 and 14. That was Keepsake done in less than 2 hours. That's it. There's nothing else. I think it's possible to improve the route. There might be some extra skips. Maybe not all steps are required, but this is already pretty fast considering this game has an average playthrough of maybe 40 hours. I don't know. Takes a, especially if you don't know what to do. Like if you don't know what to do, you can probably finish it in like, I'm gonna say like 4 or 5 hours maybe, or something. If you like skip all dialogue, if you solve all puzzles and you know exactly what to do for every puzzle, even if you skip every puzzle and just let the game do them for you. But there's no way you're gonna do it without these heavy glitches and warping. There's no way you're gonna do it in less than 2 hours. It is just way too long of a game. But here you go. And that's a PB as well. That's a PB of by like 2 minutes or something. Yeah. This is how you do it. That's the route. That's the route. If you want to try to improve it, by all means do so. There are literally no runs of this game on the internet as far as I know. So this is technically a world record. That's gonna be it. I'll see you guys in the next video.